Whenever you're dating someone who is Pisces, just know that there's a competitive streak to the energy of Pisces, depending on how blatant it is in your natal chart. It would show up, especially when it comes to relationships. Now, Pisces in a relationship, very, very easy to spot out. They like the idea of ownership, meaning that they like what's theirs. Now, we can't just say it stops there, Nathaniel. No, that shit is deep. Remember, we're talking about a water sign here. So it's not just, oh, I just like what's mine, Nathaniel. Oh, no, I just don't like sharing, Nathaniel. It goes deeper, doesn't it? They want to own the WWE championship belt of whatever it is that is connected to you. Now, I'm not going to say that they want to compete with your mother. But I'm just saying, if you had a mother, a female connection, a sister, they're going to, in theory, say they don't want to compete. But the energy of Pisces wants a unique position and a deep position, meaning that this Pisces woman is probably going to want to hold a space in a way that not even those who grew up with you know you like that. They feed off that shit. They get a kick out of that shit. If you a go-to person for a Pisces woman and that's your woman, she wants to own unique experiences with you, man. She's willing to go through the ups and the downs. She has a resilience and a tolerance, nearly like a warrior for love, because a Pisces does love. But they enjoy the alone time, but that's just them being themselves, and then they want to come back to the nest and cuddle and be all soft, because there's two sides to a Pisces woman. There's the side that the corporate world sees, that the events management business sees, that the office sees, all of that the yoga peeps see, all of that version, the best friend, the go-go, the upbeat, the yay, and then there's the soft little bird that just wants to cuddle up into something warm. And that's why the relationship between a Pisces woman and her father will dictate to you, as a partner of a Pisces woman, what type of, where on the scale of this crazy are you gonna experience Pisces. Because if you want to know what type of relationship you're gonna have with a Pisces woman, go look at their relationship with their father. If there's not a great relationship with the father, not because she did anything, just because consequence, cause and effect, I'm telling you now, it has a Mursa effect on the Pisces woman. The father role is a very important role to the Pisces woman. And in her development, if this was not looked after, cared for emotionally, and you also notice in her energy that there is a dependency on the masculine, taking charge, being in the lead. Oh no, I'll do that. No, don't worry. Doesn't know how to ask for help. You can draw correlations straight to that father connection. And even if they say, remember, Pisces can lie a little bit. They lie nicely. So it's like, it's not a lie that's going to kill anyone. It's just a little white lie. And so they'll say, oh no, my relationship with my father is fine. And then I'm like, let's go deeper. Let's unpack specifics. When was the last time you heard, I'm proud of you? When was the last time you heard words that went in depth to affirm who you are and what you are, especially when you were a kid? And then they can water down a lot of things they deserve and they should experience, but they'll be like, I don't want to ask a lot, or I understand why it wasn't done. And they'll be very empathetic. But again, words is words is words. If the action wasn't done, there's a vacuum left, and it has a consequence, especially in the relationships. So it's a karma that Pisces people are born with. You will have a thing with the father, and you must learn to not take it personal. If you don't take it personal, you transcend. And that path of enlightenment that most Pisces women go on somewhere there by 55, it has a lot to do with this connection to the father, and then understanding the paternal lineage as well in the depth. So it's not just the father. The father is just the toll gate to the depth of the paternal side that flows through the Pisces woman, and it's going to show up in If you want to know what type of masculine she has, go look at her paternal side and you will know what type of. But if you don't know the paternal side, never met the paternal side, not too sure about the paternal side, it would make it hard to have any kind of understanding about what type of masculine energy she will portray and how constant it will show up. Whereas if there is a knowledge, there is an awareness, you can actually go visit the father's side, get to know that side of the family. You start having a sense of what type of Pisces you're dealing with, especially in the masculine. You can put a note, a frequency, a label to it and be like, okay, cool. I can see how that energy flows through you. It's very important to realize this. Unconsciously, Pisces leans towards confidence and leadership, again in the stomach. But that whole theme of leadership, confidence, it has a lot to do with how that masculine connection looks like with her and her connection to the father. Because some Pisces women unconsciously are attracted to something they never received in terms of a father. And when it comes to a partner, you will notice they will date older, they will date more established, more grounded, but that don't mean that the relationship is going to work out. And poor Pisces women hit, it's like you get hit with in South Africa they say, kushapastina, smacked in the face. Why? Because you had an ideology of how you thought things are gonna. You working from I didn't have a connection to the father. Unconsciously, the brain says, let's go towards this established person, maturity. They're older, they're well traveled, all the nice things. But then there's the nitty gritties. And if you don't know, Pisces woman is a boutique experience that is ever dynamic and variable. You must be variable in yourself to know how to care. And if a Pisces goes to structure, it's a bit hard to get that variability that you need in words, in non-verbal communication, verbal communication, whatever the case may be. It's important. You different colors in the rainbow, and people need to know how to play with rainbows and experience multidimensionality. If that's not done, Pisces gets bored, gets out of the relationship, or quietly, passively starts getting irritated and doesn't leave. It takes a while for Pisces to leave because they're empathic, they make a connection. But there's a case study that builds up, and trust me, when you annoy a Pisces woman, it all comes out all at once. You don't have to get to that point. I'm just saying. Analyze the Pisces woman and know the dynamics of what comes with dating a Pisces. Their karmic energy is linked to the father. Their mission on earth when they come here is to not take anything personal, transcend the experience of what happened to them traumatically. If they take it personal, you will see it in their life. Go look at their relationship with their stomach, go look at their relationship with the relationships, and then ask them, oh, just by the way, are you not sorted out with your father? Stuff is still in the heart. Okay, cool. No, I can see it with this gut issues, problems in the relationship, always taking charge, can't ask for help, struggle to ask for help, don't know enough, always doing more than enough, and it will show up in your relationship. Just letting you know. And I share this because it's awareness. It's not judgment. It's here for you to sit and say, yo, even here on TikTok, I can find information that practically and tangibly can change my life. Fascinating. And I don't have to pay for anything. It's free. Yeah, I just share this stuff. There's, infinite intelligence is a phenomenal experience that anyone can connect to. And it starts with meditation. But bloody hell, Pisces women can't meditate for shit. Why? Because they're too much in the head. And if you didn't have a nice rooting, then I know that back issues is also a problem for you. And so this is all kind of indication of what wasn't established as a grounding when you were younger, and why it's wise to rather go backwards than worry about going forward all the time. Going back to propel forward, and when you go forward, you won't even need your energy. You'll be very light in energy because something will be guiding you there. That spiritual connection you have, Pisces, is important. It's there for Pisces male, Pisces woman, Pisces moon. Wherever Pisces shows up in your chart, wherever, It's a powerful energy to play with. It's like having a crystal and it has a specific quality. And I'm telling you, to really get the most out of this quality and this power that Pisces zodiac has, you must not take that area personal. So for example, if you Pisces in your sun, we know that Pisces is controlling your masculine, meaning for you even more blatant, because the sun rules the stomach, and the stomach rules all the what I spoke about in the previous video. Warmth, it's the masculine energy, and if you have a relationship with the sun, you have a good relationship with serotonin, meaning that good, natural, upbeat Pisces that everyone can connect with, love, it's going to be very present. Very, very present for everyone to enjoy. A lack of the sun is like a lack of a relationship with the father. And then you're just leaving it in a place that is rainbows and it needs light, but it's not being stimulated by anything. So Pisces will always say, I know my potential, but are they actively working on it? No. Now you in the relationship, you're not there to motivate a Pisces. You can't motivate a Pisces. Pisces can only be motivated by themselves. Or the energy of Pisces can only be motivated by itself. So you're there to guide the process, reaffirm things they already know, because that's how it works. It's not like when they book readings with me or when they join the Pisces bootcamp, there's always but I know these things, Nathaniel. And I said, I know you know. You're just not doing anything about it, because if a father never took your hand to teach you how to cross the road, you don't have a reference of how to do these things. You only know how to do it by yourself, but doing it in community, which is what healing is, yeah, no, it's a bit weird. So you can't DIY healing. It's not a do-it-yourself thing. There's a process where you are taking upon the journey yourself, but there's, in the scope of healing, community is a very big aspect, and it doesn't make sense for a star sign that has a fish up and a fish down that forms a circle. Circle means complete, meaning that there's no such thing as just me alone, Nathaniel, or there's no such thing as just you alone, Pisces. You are in community whether you like it or not. And whenever a Pisces starts saying things, I'm always alone, I'm by myself, no one cares, no one understands me, just know they're one fish and they're experiencing life in that one fish. They're yet to drop into the middle to get to both. Not drop to the other one and then just be that one. Drop to the middle, which means non-attachment. If you join the Pisces bootcamp, what I'm going to drill into your thick, fishy skulls. Non-attachment, non-attachment, non-attachment. I'm Pisces myself. I know what I'm talking about, because this energy allows you to do some phenomenal things, but you have to do the hardest thing you know you struggle with, which is detach. You're not your name, you're not your experiences, you're not anything that happens to you. You are you a conduit of these experiences, but you're like a pipe. You don't own the thing that comes through you at all. You do that for a year, Pisces, your life change. Like that. If you wanted to change. But I digress. This video just gives you awareness of how to deal with the Pisces woman. Understand the energies that influence the relationship prior to the relationship, before you start pointing fingers and saying, my ex is the problem, he's the problem, she's the problem. I want to talk about a place before all of that, because there's foundations. And just by the way, Pisces woman, realize how you always attract men who have daddy issues. And realize how somewhere in your dating scope, you've dated a man who is closer to his mother, and there's a dominance in terms of his family and the maternal side, but him and the paternal side, either the father's there, but they don't really speak. The father's present, but he's like maybe present just when people are there, so he switches on for people, but like he doesn't really connect to the son. Notice also if the son is just, if these two, your partner just doesn't speak to the father, there's no correlation to the father at all, and it's just predominantly the mother. Just look at that environment, and then as a consequence, if the mother is very high in her masculine because there's no support of a father, if you keep attracting this theme with the people that you're pulling, I'll say it's still you, Pisces. It's not them. You can't point a finger to them yet. You can't say, yeah, I know their lives, their trauma, they're unhealed. I'll say, what and where are you standing to attract someone like that? Because I'm not standing in the same place. I don't attract people like that. So where are you attracting from? Where it, the whatever you attracted to gives you, if you read the full spectrum of what you're attracted to, gives you a nice theme, especially if you can draw patterns. I'm autistic, so I see pattern. I'm a specialist in pattern recognition because my brain is a little bit different. So when you see that pattern of I'm dating another guy who's attached to this maternal side, hardly any connection to paternal side. Another guy, same thing. Another guy. When you see that, then I'll say, isn't it funny that just like you have that issue with paternal, he has the issue with paternal, and then you think both of you are going to be in a balanced relationship. Both of you have no reference of what a masculine feels like, or whatever the case may be. So someone's going to start snapping at someone, or someone's just going to allow someone else to be the masculine and be very fine with just sitting and being passive. And yeah, that's not something that works with a Pisces energy. Think about it. See how this plays out in your life, if it connects to you, and if it does, at least now you know that you just start with non-attachment. That's the beginning, and see how long you can do that for. Nothing wrong with feeling something, just don't own it. You don't own a sneeze, you don't own a fart, you don't own indigestion. You feel it and then you let it go. So why the hell would you own any of your healing? Makes no sense. You experience your healing and then you let it go. You experience your trauma. Not own your healing, own your trauma. You experience your trauma and then you let it go. You don't hold on to it. But Pisces has a wonderful and romantic relationship with misery. And it's the whole up and down. There's two fish, not one. So just know you're never going to be in one place for too long. If you know that about yourself, it helps making sense of life a lot more.